Okay, so now we're going to talk about fashion personalities. In the paragraph before this video, we talked about style, and your job as a stylist will be to help your clients begin each day as a blank slate and then start the process of deciding what to wear based on how they feel and where they're going and generally just how they want to look. And part of your role will help them determine their style tribe. We'll talk about that after this video. You are going to help your clients to consider their feelings and how their clothing is an outward expression of what they're going to wear. So you're going to help them to consider the time and day of the activity. You're going to help them determine what image they want to present, what values and perceptions that they want others to see in what they're wearing. You are going to help them to determine their fashion cues. And a cue is an identifier, a sign, or indication. And clothing cues help us identify each other and interpret who and what we are. So just by changing one element or cue can change the actual message that you are sending out through your clothing. And the more of the same cues that you wear, the faster the message gets across to you and others. And this is what I mean when you will be helping your client determine their style and where their style fits. Our clothes are also, our clothing cues also are a representation of the values that we have. So a value is just a goal or a standard that's held by an individual and just something that we hold in high esteem. So it could be, our family life, how much money we have, the community we live in, or our educational attainment. If we look at this chart, if we look at the value of accomplishment, right? That meaning is there's some achievement and success. The behaviors that are exhibited are, being a hard worker. And some of the clothing cues that someone that values accomplishment would be classic styles and quality fabrics and designer brands, as well as timeless colors. If we look at the person that values creativity, right? They are, artistic and inspired. Their clothing cues are one of a kind, so often it's vintage or it's thrifted. They wear unusual shapes and styles, not necessarily what's in air quotes in fashion, which is much different than the accomplished person that we saw, but along the spectrum of what we're going to see with the innovative person next. And next, we're going to look at the innovative person, right? So this person values, originality. They're, not afraid to be the first to wear anything. So similar to the accomplished person, they value original and trendy from new designers, right? So they relate to the accomplished person in the terms of designers, but they will seek out the newest fashions. So this was just a sampling. Those three personal value types were just a sampling of many of the value types that you will use to help your clients define who they are. So I will include this complete chart underneath the video. Next, we're going to move into the fashion personality types. There are 5 basic fashion personality types, which everyone relates to. But you can be more than one fashion personality. So let's be sure that you understand that. But in order to succeed in having the look that you want others to perceive you, you have to know what your number one true type is. All right, so the 5 types, they are not in any specific order, right? They're just the five types, right? So first we have the classic type, and this person wears, tailored, what's considered, in my air quotes, conservative, basic clothing. Next, we have the dramatic. So people that wear bold, unique, colorful clothing, often with really bright prints. Next, we have the natural personality, and they really wear simple, organic, untreated, neutral colored clothing. Then we have the romantic, and they wear feminine, delicate, soft prints and fabrics, kind of that lovely bohemian chic clothing. And finally, we have sporty, and these people wear casual, comfortable, athleisure clothing. And, interestingly enough, with the pandemic, many of us have moved from some of our other fashion personalities to this personality, to the sporty personality. So as you are having or assisting your styling client in determining their fashion personality in Fashion Tribe, the first thing is to consider the lifestyle at this point in time. So really at this point in time, in the pandemic, many people that are classic are moving towards, either neutral or sporty or romantic clothing because it's just more comfortable. In addition to considering, really your lifestyle, you also have to consider your personality, right? So are you, shy and introverted, gregarious and outgoing? Your clothing, speaks volumes to who you are. So again, you have to help your client choose things that fits their personality. So if they are more of an introvert, but they are a romantic introvert, what you're going to pick for them is going to be different than you would pick for an extrovert. And then the third thing to consider that you will help your clients consider is just, their resources, right? What can they comfortably spend on clothing, right? So by determining their lifestyle and their personality and how much they're willing to spend, you will be able to better plan and assist them in finding places to shop.